What's up everyone, Vince the Lawn Engineer here. If you are sick of dealing with weeds like crabgrass, then this video is for you. Today, I'll be showing you how I apply liquid prodiamine, a pre-emergent that will prevent weeds like crabgrass from emerging in your yard. So stay tuned. But first, a quick announcement. My channel has just reached 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so thankful to all of you who have subscribed and watched my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm currently coordinating with several companies to help give back to this great community in the form of a few giveaways. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and ring the bell icon to be notified when that giveaway announcement is posted, as well as to stay up to date with all of the content I have coming for you this season. If you watched my last video, I threw down a granular version of pre-emergent on the project lawn. In this video, I'm going to be applying a liquid version on my own yard. This is prodiamine. Specifically what I have here is Prodiamine 65 WDG, where WDG stands for water dispersible granules. We will be taking a small amount of this product and mixing it with water, then spray it over the lawn. And the main reason we are putting pre-emergent down is for the control of crabgrass. I recently did a video explaining more detail behind the use of pre-emergents, the different types, and what they will control. I'll leave a card above so you can check that out. But for cool season turf in the spring, we are applying pre-emergent right around when soil temps are hovering between 50 and 55 degrees, since that is when seeds will start to germinate. But before I pull the trigger on spraying this, I like to do an assessment of the turf, and as I'm walking, I'm looking for weak or thin areas that might benefit more from an overseed rather than a pre-emergent. And that's because once we put this down, there is no turning back for a few months. So if you need to address a few weak areas with seed, then be mindful of those areas when you go to spray your pre-emergent. Stay far enough away from the outermost edge of those areas, like 2 to 3 feet, to allow your new seed to germinate and root into the soil. Also, be mindful of the wind conditions to avoid product from drifting in areas you don't want treatment for. For me, the weather forecast is saying it'll be windy this afternoon, so I'm out here in the morning to get this application in. And as always, make sure you are wearing the appropriate safety PPE. Alright, let's get started. I would normally start with a cleanup mow, but I'm running out of time to get my pre-emergent down, and it's just too wet to get a good clean mow in. However, if you are able to get a mow in, it will help pick up loose debris and clip off the tips of the grass that have browned over winter. Just be sure to bag up the clippings. Another reason why you might want to consider mowing ahead of spraying is because the wheel marks are going to create guidelines that will help you keep track of where you're spraying. You can use the wheel marks as lanes and skip a lane on each pass to get adequate coverage with your sprayer. I'm comfortable spraying without these lanes since I've done this enough times, but figured I'd share that tip with you if you are new to spraying. Now it's time to prepare our pre-emergent. It's important to read the label. I can't stress that enough. Rates vary by grass type, and some grass types have restrictions on how this product should be used. For me, I have perennial ryegrass and need enough pre-emergent control to get me into August. That way, I'm good to overseed by late August or early September. As you can see here on the label in figure 1, it indicates the amount of product needed to obtain a certain length of control in months. I'm looking for 4.5 months of control, so I'll need to apply at a rate of 1 pound per acre. Doing a bit of math conversion, and that turns out to be equivalent to 0.37 ounces per 1,000 square feet. So I have a 4-gallon backpack sprayer that I'll be using, and I have this calibrated to my own personal walking pace to where I could spray 1 gallon of product over 1,000 square feet. That makes my application easy here because I have a 4,000 square foot lawn and a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. So filling this up once will be enough for today's application. To start, fill the tank up halfway with water, then add your pre-emergent. Once added, mix well, then finish filling the container with water. Now we are ready to spray. You can use the fan tip nozzle for this if you don't have anything else. For me, I'm using this air induction T-jet nozzle. The air induction creates larger, heavier water droplets that help the product get down into the soil layer. But we'll be watering this immediately right after spraying anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much, so work with what you have. I like to start with the trim pass first. Then I'll fill in the rest of the yard, getting even adequate coverage. Once we are finished spraying, it's time to water everything in. I don't have my own DIY sprinkler system set up yet, but my yard is small enough to water by hand, so I'll make sure to get a good soaking in to ensure the prodiamine penetrates into the soil to create that weed preventative barrier. And there you have it. Once your pre-emergent is down, you can rest easy knowing that your yard will be protected against newly emerging weeds. I hope this video was helpful for you. Here's some more of my content that may be of interest to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining.